Hi, it's Mark from Training Spark, and in this video we're going to take a look at what's new in version 4.20 of LearnDash. Now we'll head to the release notes here at learndash.com/release-notes to check out what's new. And what we can see is that we've got a new feature, a few sort of minor tweaks and a couple of bug fixes. So it's a fairly small release here, but one of the main features here is this new LearnDash DocsBot widget. So let's take a look at what that is. So we'll head to our LearnDash platform here. We've upgraded this to the version 4.20. And what we're going to do is head to LearnDash LMS and then help. And this is the DocsBot here. It's sort of the companion for LearnDash's Knowledgebase, and it's using AI, and it just helps to make the process of finding answers quicker because you can just ask questions here, and they must have some sort of AI integration here that pulls from its own knowledge base, LearnDash's knowledge base, and answers questions based on that. So let's give this a go. What I thought I would do was ask 3 questions of increasing difficulty to see what sort of answers we get back from this. So the first one I want to do is just ask, how do I add a group leader to a group? So we can see here, this pops up on the right hand side, and it's a familiar sort of ChatGPT style interface here. I imagine it is using OpenAI somewhere along the way, but it's come up with our instructions here, and as you can see, this is tailored to LearnDash. So, if I was just asking ChatGPT generically, how do I add a group leader to a group, it wouldn't know what context that was being added in. So LearnDash have added this in a LearnDash context so that any questions that you ask will be replied to in a way that's relevant to LearnDash. So let's have a look at the steps. Now, what I might do is actually go through these as we're doing it. So it says navigate to LearnDash LMS groups. I might just do this in a sort of separate side window here so we can see what's going on. Select the group, and it's saying click on the group you want to edit if you haven't done so already. In the group editor, look at the group leaders tab. Okay, so there isn't actually a group leaders tab, there's a users tab. So there's something slightly out there, but I think I would have got there eventually anyway. Add a group leader. You'll see a section where you can assign users as group leaders, select the user and designate from the list, and then save changes. So click update. So it's guided me through that process, and it has a bit more information here about what the group leader would do. And if I wanted to ask follow-up questions, I could do that too here. So that's a simple question, and it handled that well. If I was new to LearnDash, that would be a quick way for me to ask it a question and find out what to do here. So let's go a bit deeper now. Let's say this one. Can I set up drip-fed lessons based on a user's enrollment date? We're going to open that. It's opening it in the same dialog here. But once again, it's replying to this in a LearnDash context, and it's saying we navigate to LearnDash LMS lessons, which is correct. We can go into the settings tab, that's right. And we can look at the lesson access settings, and it gives us the options that are available here. So immediately, enrollment based, and specific date. So based on the question I asked there, the enrollment date would be the right answer. So it's pointed me in the right direction there. So again, that's a really useful, easy to follow set of steps to be able to do what I want to do. So if I was new to LearnDash, and if you are new to LearnDash, then this is a great place to come and just ask questions that you may have when you're first looking to set up LearnDash, and it looks like it will give you some fairly comprehensive and easy to follow guidance. So let's test this a step further. The more complicated question I wanted to ask here was one that would I'll close this down. I don't know if I can actually close that, so I'll just refresh the page. But what I wanted to say was, how can I integrate LearnDash with WooCommerce to sell courses with multiple pricing options and bundle deals? And what I'm trying to do here is see if the DocsBot is able to understand outside of LearnDash's own plugin and perhaps some integrations with third-party plugins. So lots of people use WooCommerce with LearnDash. It has its own WooCommerce add-on, does LearnDash, so it might and hopefully be able to understand that and be able to give me some guidance based on that. So it's bringing up the guidance now, and this actually looks really good. We can see that it's asking us to install the required plugins. So it's asking us to install LearnDash, which we already have, obviously, but install WooCommerce, and it's the LearnDash WooCommerce integration. So it's got that. And what I might do is ask a follow-up question after this to say, how do I install that? Because that's not particularly clear from here, but this looks right. So we're configuring WooCommerce, we're creating our courses in LearnDash, and that is right. We'd set the payment options here, and we can create the products. So this looks like the actual steps you would use to link LearnDash and WooCommerce. Testing setup, and it's got links to additional resources, which is great. So I might ask a follow-up question. So how do I install the LearnDash WooCommerce integration add-on? And let's just see if it gives us the right steps for that. It should be pointing us up here somewhere. So actually it's getting us to go to our account in LearnDash, which is a way of doing it. You can also get to them here as well, so on the left hand side. So there's obviously more than one way of doing this, but it has been really useful, the dialogue here in helping me to answer certain questions about LearnDash. So that's really useful, and I think that would be a good feature, and it's a nice addition that will help people to familiarize themselves with LearnDash, hopefully mean less support requests for LearnDash going through, because people are able to self-serve some of these, and it's a great feature. One thing I'll add here is that as part of the LearnDash 4.20 update, I know that some people had issues with Elementor. So Elementor is a WordPress editor, and it has an integration with LearnDash that broke when Elementor actually updated theirs. And one thing I'll point out is that there is an update for LearnDash Elementor here that addresses that. So this came out quite recently, resolved a fatal error because of a removed dependency in Elementor. So that was released shortly after 4.20. And so, that might be worth looking at if you do use Elementor, just to make sure you've got that update available. So I hope you find that useful. It's certainly a good place to start. If you are coming to LearnDash, head straight to the help page, and this will hopefully point you in the direction of some useful resources. If you did like the video, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more like this, please subscribe to the Training Spark YouTube channel.